The Godfather reviews Kevin Samuels. Let's go. The Godfather Kevin Samuels video review. Let's go.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
39.
Oh my. Winter is here. What do you got for me? We talking about IG bottle. We're talking about baddies and 100 octanes, ballers and executives.
No, actually, I'm more about, like, what about women that makes enough money
What about
and
women
that makes enough money that don't necessarily need any baddies or baller.
What about a woman who makes money?
Yeah, that just like independent and not necessarily
Who
need.
cares? Who cares? Buy a dog, die alone. We don't care. We don't care about your money because you ain't spending it on us. Your
No,
money
I'm not.
means nothing.
No, 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 no.
Listen. Okay. Men don't care about your money because we cannot administer it.
That's not what I said. Yeah.
Okay. Then restate your question. You said, what about the women who have money and don't need a man?
Yeah, because I think I heard earlier you saying that if you're like 25 or above 35, you got to take whatever
No, that's not what I said.
the high,
No,
you know.
that's not what I said. I'm talking about a specific subset. But are we talking about women like you? Do you make money?
I'm okay. I think so. I think
So
I
are
have
we
food
talking?
and a roof, so I think I'm doing
Are we
fine.
talking about women like you? Because what I don't like to do is I don't like to talk about things that are not you or relevant to the subject. We can
Absolutely.
that's just a bunch of nothing. So, are you married?
I'm not.
Do you want to be married?
I do. Yes.
Uh, do you have a bachelor's, master's, or a PhD?
I have well, I'm not from here, but what I have is similar to a bachelor degree. Yes.
All right. And do you make over six figures?
Yes.
All right. Then why aren't you married?
I don't know. That's
Well,
why I'm listening to you
well,
to try to understand also the other side.
because we don't care about your bachelor's or your six figures. We want
Yes, which
women
I
who
never
are.
told anyone. You're the one that asked me about it, right?
I don't think you're understanding. You came in saying, "What about women who are in this income and don't need a man?" The question is, why don't you have a husband at your age if you want one?
Because I think I didn't find the one. And I'm not necessarily willing to settle.
So
And
you
so
know,
that's why
man,
I'm
no
just,
disrespect.
Uh-oh. She said two words to that trigger words. Independent and settle. Kevin's about to go off.
Man, that's so much bull. Y'all all say the
why?
same
To
thing. I
settle?
didn't find the one. Like this is the Matrix, and
Yeah.
you're all looking for Neo. Are
No, no,
you the
no.
one? No,
For
no,
my
no, no, no.
values.
There is no
For my
one.
values.
There is no one.
No, I
There is
didn't
no.
say the
There
one.
no. Yeah,
I
you said
said
I
the
didn't
one
find.
for my values.
No, that's not what you said. You said I didn't find the one.
The one. Yeah, for me, for my values. Because I think
Okay,
that I have
so there's only one
family
person.
values.
There's only one person. 7 billion people. There's only one person.
No, I believe in several soulmates. I
Well,
do.
then,
I
thank
believe,
you. Thank you.
I
You
believe,
just
yeah.
okay, first of all, you just contradicted yourself. See, the problem with women like yourself,
No, no, no. I'm talking about, for me,
listen.
okay. I'll let you talk, but please let
Well,
me talk also
well, you're
after so
40
I
and
can express
unmarried. You're
myself.
40 and unmarried, so that says everything we need to know.
What does that say? Tell me,
You're
what does that
losing.
say
You're
about me?
losing at what you want.
But
You're losing.
I haven't
You
been that
said,
happy in my
excuse me,
life,
man.
though.
Hold on, ma'am. I asked, do you want to get married? You said yes.
Yes, eventually.
If marriage is the outcome you want, you don't have it. That means you're losing at what you want.
No, because
Yeah,
it's
that's what
not
it
like I
means,
want
ma'am.
it now.
No, ma'am. No, no, no. See, words mean things. Words mean things, and you're not on here
Yes,
because you're
but out of context, they don't.
and you're not here because you're happy, and it doesn't matter. See, the
I am
problem is
happy
okay. Then why are you here? Go
because
hang out with your cat and your dog and die alone.
I
Because the
don't have a
problem is,
cat. I don't have a dog.
whatever.
But
Women like you tend to not prioritize marriage until you're too old.
that's true because we have a
That
career and other
well then,
goals in
and
life.
that's and
Absolutely agree with you.
congratulations and
And I never
congratulations,
said that marriage was my priority.
congratulations.
All right, fellas, I put together a little modern woman priority list. You notice we've got marriage way down at the bottom. After they live their best life, they've traveled the world, they've got the master's, the PhD, all the certificates, they've got 3 side hustles, they've been to all the concerts. If I miss anything, let me know, put it in the comments, and I'll add it to the list. All right, let's keep it moving.
That's what you get instead of a husband.
Yes, and I haven't complained about it.
Because men want something too. They don't want old wives.
Yeah, and I totally
So
agree
you
with
got
you.
what
I
you.
haven't said anything
I didn't
against
say you
that.
can, ma'am. I asked you. Okay, then why? You said you want to get married. Do you think you'll get married?
Eventually, like I said,
Yeah, you chose your career over a husband, and that's what it is. That's where you are right now. So why like that's what it is.
I have
Okay.
values
Do
that are
you? Okay.
important to me.
Of course. Okay. You got values. Great. You're a wonderful person. Do you have anybody that's honestly? Do you have a man of value that's seriously vetting or considering you to be his wife today?
He hasn't expressed it if he does, but not yet.
No,
Not as I'm
Thank you.
aware of. That's what I'm
Thank
trying to
you.
say.
Thank you.
no, it's a no.
So what we have here, folks, is more women trying to act like it's not that big of a deal because they can't get it. Prioritizing your career is your option. You're free to do that. But guess what? You can't have it all. You got a
No,
career.
which I
You got a
haven't
career.
asked.
That's fine. You got a career. But the men also want something too. They want women who prioritize marriage in their youth so they can get more than just a woman. They want children. That's why I said at almost 40 years old, if you want to get married, you're losing at the outcome you want. Whether you like my phrasing or not, that's the reality.
But
I'm not going to argue back and forth with you. I'm going to argue back and forth with you. See, look about that. What about women who don't need no man and such and happy? If you in a relationship with somebody who don't want to marry, see, this is what I mean. Ladies, you can't have it all. Don't be like her. Admit early on in your life, I want to be married. Screw your bachelor's and your 6 figures. We don't care about your bachelor's, your master's, or your PhD. Men do not give a flip about that. We don't care about your money because we can't spend it. Your money is your money. It means nothing to us. Zero. Zero. Listen and listen well, ladies. Men do not give a shit about your money because we don't have access to it. Your money is nothing. It's like looking at a stripper and you've got no hands and no penis. You can just
What is he
pretty to look at. Oh, she's got a PhD and she makes $400,000 a year. So fucking what? Can you spend it? No. Does she give any of it to you? Do you get to have? No. Does she spend it on you? No. Then what the difference does it make? We don't care. We don't care about your money. We care about our money. And we care about what we want. And what we don't want is women who think they have more value than they do at 40 years old because they have a bachelor's and make 6 figures.
Yeah, so a woman that's 40 and unmarried, that means and never been married, that means from 18 to 40, so that's like 22 years, she's been letting guys have sex with her with no commitment, no marriage. So she's just been getting passed around from guy to guy over the last 2 decades with no promise of a marriage. Now you come and get this chick at 40 years old. She's had all these ex-lovers. That's gross. Come on now. Who wants that? Who wants a 40-year-old wife? That's like, oh, I'm out here looking for 40-year-old wives. Look.
But when asked, do you want to be married? Yes. Well, then if marriage is the goal, if marriage is what you want, you're losing at what you want. No. I've got job. I've got house. I've got things. Good. Die alone. No, I can have. Then where is that? I need the right. I need Neo. I need one. Where is it? Somebody who matches me and my values and my this, my that. Nobody's gonna do all that for a 40-year-old bust down. Nobody's gonna do all that for a 40-year-old woman. Have to sit back and jump through hoops and meet your values. You're lucky if you get somebody with a pulse. Take that back. Woosah. 1985, Newsweek magazine wrote an article called The Marriage Crunch. In this article in 1985, it said the average American female has a better chance of being killed in a terrorist attack than getting married after age 40. The average American female has a better chance of being killed in a terrorist attack than being married after age 40. You all can believe whatever the French toast you want. Spencerville, next exit. Dogs on exit. Dogs at the general store. Cats over at Best Buy. Pick one. Dogs over there, cats over there. Pick one. What do you mean?
Can't be going. Oh,
She said I thought she was a man. I know, rugged face looking. I can have whatever I want, except a husband. I am Groot. Look at that Groot up. I am Groot. Well, no. What was the thing on Lord of the Rings? Treebeard. Oh, y'all are horrible. I'm going to hell. Oh my God. Y'all stop. Stop.
oh, the comments going off.
Treebeard. I am Groot. Women like this.
I've just about had enough of you.
I'm sorry. You know she back there saying, I know.
How
do you get to 40 and no husband? I don't see how you do that. Like nothing? You just married to your career?
Be gone, son!
Oh, and one thing that I've realized is so many modern women have not been told the truth that when they hear somebody like myself speaking passionately, humorously, provocatively, it jolts them because they're like, I've not heard that before. Not all women want marriage. I don't give a shit if all women want marriage. Bye. Then leave my channel. It's not for you. I can't. You want to get blocked? Come in here saying some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, you don't want marriage until you're 40, until you're old. Who wants you then? People, they don't want marriage until they're 40, till they're everybody's running around and they're just sitting there by themselves.
And you can't get it even if you want. And the problem is not do all women want marriage. The problem is can the women get the marriage from the kind of men they want. That's the real question. I don't care if you want marriage or not. The question is, can the average modern woman get marriage from the kind of men they want? And the answer is overwhelmingly 9. No.
9.
So, why is this important? Why is this important? Because whether we like it or not, gentlemen, women look at other women and judge what to do by them. Like I did that broadcast. If it was good enough for Beyonce, it should be good enough for you. If you don't outrank Beyonce in her youth, if you don't outrank Sierra in her youth, you can't act worse than they do. If you're not on their level of looks and their level of outcome, you got to act better. You got to act better. If these women who are elite women were able to humble themselves, submit themselves to all the stuff they're talking about, why do you think your average self can have an attitude? Men don't operate this way. And the funny thing is, why am I talking about this subject? One, because I thought it was interesting. Two, because I've been asked a lot to talk about industry girls. Three, because so many women, gentlemen, you may not understand that so many women look to the single women in their area, and they look at the best looking of the single women, and they follow them. That's why I have that term called the eternal sevens. The eternal sevens are dangerous to other women because women who are fours, fives, and sixes look at the eternal seven because they're ranked up here. Like, well, if she's doing it, it must work, but she can't get the outcome. You got to look at the women who got the outcome you want and do that. Would you be what you willing to? I don't blame Betty. I know. Would you be willing to break yourself? You be willing to humble yourself like Sierra did and say, you know what? In order to get his wedding ring and his provision, his protection, everything else, I've got to do a public purge. And if I do that, then I get all the provision. Or would you think that's humiliating? I got to embarrass myself, whatever. She could have stayed. She could have stayed right out there. She could have stayed out there. She could have stayed out there and kept her ego. She could have kept her dignity. She could have kept her pride. And she could have kept her left finger empty. Talking about, I got the goodies. Thinking, no. She got her husband, her 2 kids, and they on down the street.
Oh, let me update. This was in like 2001. Since then, Sierra started acting a dang fool. She's twerking at a gas station. She is just shaking her booty out like nobody's business, wearing crazy stuff. So I'm going to make another video about Sierra, but she is for the street. She calmed down for a little while to get the new husband, Russell Wilson, and he came up and saved her. But that's a whole other video. She is for the streets. We're gonna talk about her some other time.
Beyonce, when Jay-Z was doing something, I left her. Beyonce's like, y'all better drink this lemonade. Beyonce was, after her sister acted a fool, because see, if you really a 1% person, see, Beyonce and Jay-Z knew that there was cameras in the elevator. Solange, she wasn't thinking, because she ain't on the level of Beyonce. They knew there was cameras in the elevator. They were like, well, Solange just acted a fool. This is going to be on TMZ in the next 3 weeks. So what we going to do? Beyonce looked over at Jay-Z. What are we going to do? Well, your sister's a fool, you know what I mean? So how are we going to take this to our advantage? Tell you what, this is what you do. I'm going to have to make some sort of apology now since your sister acted a fool on the public elevator. It's going to come out. So here's what we do, okay? You go ahead and make some diss tracks and put them out as a record, as an album, right? And you basically fry me up real nice. And then I'm gonna make some like apologetic kind of tracks and innuendos, and it's like some subliminals. And we're gonna talk about it without talking about it, right? Okay, cool. That way you'll have the beehive saying she got him, and then I had the fellas be like, yeah, man, you had to take your little chastisement. We'll make about, we make 20, 30 million off of it. Thanks, Solange. Appreciate it. And that's exactly what they did. Y'all drank that lemonade, and he got that 444. Next thing you know, they're in the Louvre talking about, we can't hang out with Solange no more. She don't know how to act in public. Facts, Miss Taylor. Tell them facts. That's how people do shit. You don't run off when something get hard. You decide to that's why Beyonce kept hers, Solange can't keep hers.
Oh man, another banger by The Godfather. He touches on Beyonce, and Beyonce and Jay-Z, they make a deal, man. They ride it or die. They don't let that little stupid stuff trip them up. They good. Beyonce will come and sell you that I'm a survivor, off to the left, leave your man if you do, whatever. When it happens to her, she's like, hey, we tighten it up, we in it together. We are one. So she's selling you guys that dream, but doing something totally different. Brent in Miami, like and subscribe. I need your support. Peace.